got to talk about a recent incident that happened with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. You know, the first openly gay U.S. Treasury, the first openly gay, or the highest ranking openly gay individual in U.S. history. You know, you would think the left would love that kind of stuff. They would love hearing about the openly gay. You know, over here, we really don't care. And I'm only saying that to prove a point. And that point is all of that stuff goes out the window the moment you disagree with them. They talk about all this love and positivity and openly gay and gay this and gay that and blah, 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 blah. Well, he's the first openly gay U.S. Treasury Secretary and the highest ranking openly gay U.S. official in history. But all of that goes out the window. Why? Because he didn't bow down and kiss the ring. And when they told him to do something, he didn't say yes, massa. Okay? Now, he was recently out, you know, as normal people do, enjoying some fine dining. And some leftists decided that it would be a great idea to harass Scott Bessent while he was out in public. We're going to be diving into that, plus a little bit more. So I want to get into it. We got to talk about it. This is getting absolutely ridiculous out here. So with that being said, make sure you guys smack that like button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And before we hop into it, thank you guys for all of the continued love and support. I really do appreciate it. It means the world. In a world where you have a million other things that you could be watching, that you could be doing, you choosing to be here watching me, I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Now, let's take all the fluffiness out, all right? We ain't getting too soft around here, okay? Let's hop into it.
Make an announcement. We have a special guest here, and we want to make a toast to the Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent.
Oh, yeah.
So let's give it up for the man who is eating in peace as people starve across the world based on his sanctions, which are economic warfare.
Of course you're going to boo this. It's the truth.
He oversees the death of 600,000 people due to sanctions annually. And this president, let's cheers to the Monroe Doctrine. Trump today said that Venezuelan oil.
And you have no idea how ignorant you are.
Ignorant. You are responsible for the death of 600,000 people annually because of sanctions.
I respect your opinion.
How many people are going to die because of the blood is on your hands?
The blood is on your hands. You should be ashamed.
Should not be able to eat in peace. So we're here at a restaurant in Washington, D.C. right before Trump is about to announce the accomplishments of this administration and what's to come. The Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, was here in this fancy restaurant as he oversees the very policies that allow for children across the world to starve to death, and over 600,000 people a year die because of economic sanctions. So all of these war criminals that live amongst us, we need to be using our voice and confronting them because the blood of so many people across the globe is on their hands. So now the secretary just left. He was so uncomfortable that he was confronted and he just walked out of the restaurant.
I was sitting right here next to Scott Bessent over there. When he found out you guys would not be kicked out, he spit in his food, stood up, looked at the waiter, and sauntered off like a real housewife. That queen, drama queen, over him. Literally spit in his food. That's our Treasury Secretary. Are you kidding me? It's so embarrassing, guys.
Oh, it's so embarrassing that he was mad that you guys were harassing him while he's just sitting there trying to have his dinner. Oh my goodness, it's so embarrassing. But it wasn't embarrassing. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. So it's embarrassing that Scott Bessent wanted to storm out of a restaurant because you guys were harassing him. That's embarrassing, but this wasn't? Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is she was talking about all of these, sanctions, and all of these people are going to die because of sanctions. And she literally admitted that she was in a fancy restaurant. So if you're in a fancy restaurant, that means you're making a little bit of money. So why don't you take your money for the cause that you want to support and go support it? Take your dollars, okay? Your dollars, and you go support those people that are so desperate for the cash or so desperate for this or so desperate for that. You go help them. How about that? I bet she won't do it. I guarantee she won't do it. She admitted she's in a fancy restaurant. You don't go to a fancy restaurant if you ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to a restaurant like that if you don't have the cash to pay for it. You're just not going. To run into somebody the likes of Scott Bessent. And when I was doing my research, I didn't realize how wealthy Scott Bessent actually is. I mean, this guy's net worth is north of $500 million. I think I saw one where his net worth was estimated to be about $1 billion. Like, that is insane. I didn't know he was that rich. Like, sheesh. My goodness, Scott. You got some money. Let me get some tips, man. Let me get some tips. That's crazy. Goodness gracious. But if you're in a place where you're running into individuals whose net worth is north of $500 million, that means you have money too. And what that tells me is you'd rather, you're one of those individuals who likes to yell and scream about something, but you'll never do anything about it because you got cash. I'm not saying you could fix the world with your cash. I mean, I don't know how much money she genuinely has. I don't even know who the lady is, but you have money, which means you can make at least a little bit of a difference for whatever cause that you're out here screaming about. So why don't you go do it? Because it's cool when it's everybody else's problem, but it's a problem when it's their problem to deal with. You know, goodness gracious, you can't make this stuff up, man. You really can't. You really can't. It honestly reminds me of the Wicked Witch of the West once said, Maxine Waters. You guys remember that clip where she's like, and you make sure you run up on them and you tell them that they are not welcome anymore, and whatever. Let me play the clip because I'm messing it up.
Let's stay the course. Let's make sure we show up wherever we have to show up. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And this is another reason why I can't be in politics, bro. Because that would just piss me off. You know? That would really piss me off. Like, get the fuck out of my face, you weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, leave me the fuck alone. Cool, you don't like my policies, fine. Get the fuck out of my face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I'm just not the type of person. I'm just not. Y'all let me know in the comments. If you were in Scott Bessent's shoes or one of Trump's cabinet members, and you were out and about, you were at the gas station, pumping your gas, and somebody walks up on you shouting at you, you're a Nazi, you're a Nazi, you're a homophobe, you're a racist. What would you do? What would you do? Genuine question. Let me know in the comments below. All right? Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.